So, what in the world is going on with the Kansas City Chiefs? Their offense has gone from looking, well, kind of pedestrian to being absolutely unstoppable. After a pretty rough start to the season, it's like a switch just flipped. But what was it? Today, we're going to dig into that incredible turnaround, and I'll give you a hint. The real answer isn't in the box score.
Okay, let's just start with one number, 31.5. That's the Chiefs' average points per game over the last 4 weeks. I mean, think about that. After a really shaky start to the season, they have just become an offensive juggernaut.
And look at this. The change has been so dramatic. In those first 3 weeks of the season, their offensive output was fine. Just average. But in the last 4 weeks, it is literally night and day. They've gone from being just another offense to being the #1 offense in the entire league during that stretch.
And this, right here, is the real question. How does a team make such a huge improvement so fast, right in the middle of a season? It's the puzzle that has everybody talking, and you know what? Today, we're going to solve it together.
Now, when you start looking for answers, there are a few obvious clues that just jump right out at you. And, we have to start there.
The easiest, most straightforward explanation, it's health. Yeah. For the first time all season, the Chiefs have all their key guys, we're talking Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and Hollywood Brown, all healthy and on the field at the same time. Getting your top playmakers back is, of course, a massive factor.
But is that really it? Is it really that simple, just players got healthy? I mean, it's a huge piece of the puzzle, for sure, but it doesn't quite explain the fundamental shift in how this offense is actually operating. There's something deeper going on here.
So, to find that deeper answer, we've got to go to the film room. And according to one of ESPN's top analysts, the real reason for this turnaround, well, it's something you're never going to find on a stat sheet. It comes down to just 2 words: conviction and trust. That's it. According to Dan Orlovsky, these were the 2 things that Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Matt Nagy simply didn't have last year.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. Conviction and trust. Sounds a little, fluffy, right? What do those words actually mean on a football field? Well, let's break down each one and see how this really works.
First up, let's talk about conviction. This is that core, fundamental belief that the players have in the system, and maybe more importantly, in each other. It's the offensive line knowing they can hold their blocks, and it's the quarterback believing that they will. And you can literally see this conviction in action when you watch Patrick Mahomes play now. He isn't bailing out of the pocket at the first sniff of pressure anymore. No, he's standing in there, he's trusting his first read, and he's letting those deeper plays develop downfield, all because he has real conviction in those 5 big guys protecting him.
Then there's the other side of that coin, trust. And this one is all about the coaching staff. This is Andy Reid and Matt Nagy looking at every single player on that field and having complete faith that they can handle more creative, more complex play calls. And you want proof of that trust? Here it is. In their Week 7 game, something like 9 or 10 different players caught a pass. The ball is just being spread out everywhere. Now, that does not happen unless the coaches trust every single eligible receiver to go out there and make a play.
So this trust from the sidelines is what's really unlocking this offense. We're seeing way more creative pre-snap motions. They're dialing up these awesome plays designed specifically to create one-on-one matchups for their receivers. It's a complete change from just relying on 1 or 2 guys to make everything happen.
So you've got conviction from the players, you've got trust from the coaches. What happens when you put those 2 things together? How does that actually translate into points on the scoreboard? Let's take a look at the real on-field impact.
I mean, the contrast between the old offense and what we're seeing now is it's wild. Last year, the whole team was way too reliant on Mahomes creating some kind of magic out of nothing. The pocket was collapsing, he was a little gun-shy. This year, there's real chemistry, he has actual room to operate, and the entire playbook is wide open.
And you can see how it all connects, like a perfect chain reaction. It all starts with trust in that offensive line. That trust lets Mahomes stay in the pocket. Because he's in the pocket, the deeper routes have time to actually develop. And because those plays can develop, the entire playbook is suddenly unlocked. It's a domino effect that all starts with that simple concept of trust.
So as we start to wrap this all up, it becomes pretty clear that the biggest change for the Chiefs isn't something you can really quantify. It's an unmeasurable edge.
And look, we all love our stats and analytics, but sometimes the most critical factors that drive success are things like conviction and trust. They don't show up in a box score, you can't chart them on a graph, but you can see them on every single snap. It's like the invisible architecture of a truly great offense.
And that leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? Whether it's in sports or in business or even just in our own lives, it kind of forces you to ask, how much of what really defines success is found in those intangible qualities, way beyond the numbers we can actually measure?